Welcome again to my voluntary isolation where I don't talk to people and instead decide to have a conversation with you guys because it's just easier that way. And there's a very specific reason I said voluntary isolation. You know how they have the word inkwell or volcel? I mean, this video's not monetized, I shouldn't give a fuck about that. But the whole idea of making friends, people are like, oh, I can't make friends, I can't, and people who can't make friends, at least I'm finding out, is it's not a matter of skill, it's a matter of having a personality that just does not fit with the world. I've taken the MBTI a couple of times. I'm well aware that the Big 5 factor model is a better predictor of personality when it comes to like its more intricate facets, but the MBTI that I have is either an INFP or an INFJ. So I'm obviously slightly introverted. I like ideas, so I mean my mind is always just drenched in abstraction, and I'm a little more heart than brain. You know, the T-types I'm cool with, but whenever I make a decision, it's always, how do I feel about this, not what's logically right, because if I go with the logical option, the feeling usually ends up taking over and I feel shitty about my life or myself. But the P or the J thing, I can't really decide, because some days I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, I know what I want, and others I'm like, yeah, chief, I'm feeling a little lost here. But that dreamy kind of personality where life is just a constant dream means that you feel disconnected from like even yourself, and you think about what it means to be a human being. And then when I talk to other people, I mean, obviously there are folks who feel the same way, but I guess the issue is no matter how hard you try, you can never be anybody else. You're always stuck in your own dream, and you're so navel-gazing and self-obsessed that any attempt at making friends is pretty, I wouldn't say it's fruitless, but it's certainly difficult. I've heard that this is like a sign of autism. I don't think I have any kind of autism, but autistic people seem to have that kind of trait too. And it just kind of means that you spend a lot of your life in a state of, well, voluntary isolation, because you're like, fuck, I don't get people, what's wrong with me? You talk to other folks and, well, it's not that they look at you funny. I mean, even my parents seem to have the same problem. Maybe it could be just this whole damn technology that we're addicted to, and we haven't developed our social skills properly. But I think, like I said, another part of it is, like, I like to put on music so loud in my headphones that it almost drowns out reality, since that world is preferable to the real world in front of me. It's that word I always mention, Weltschmerz. The outside, the external world can never satisfy the needs of the mind, as they say. Oh, fuck. And that is certainly story of my life. Everything about the world, you know? I know that there are Lord of the Rings haters, but think of high fantasy, or basically like any kind of media that people use to escape it. The world that we're in right now, even cyberpunk, the Shibuya that I'm in right now, isn't going to reach the cyberpunk of, what the fuck do they call it? Cyberpunk 2070 something. Yeah, I mean, there aren't flying cars around here, and there shouldn't be, given how many aviation accidents we've had in the last couple of weeks. But it's just, you know, the real world we have is, we know it. There's nothing interesting about it. Dreams are better. You know, that's what they always call. You know, in high school I was named biggest dreamer. There was this kid in my class who was more artistic than me, and he got the most artistic, obviously, in the yearbook, and I got biggest dreamer. And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's an insult or a compliment. I mean, sure, I could take John Lennon's words himself. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. But goddamn, motherfucker, when I'm not on the internet, it certainly feels like I am. That's, it's a nice trait when you express yourself through art. But the world here, man, it just kind of feels so temporary, like it's flawed. Like there's nothing really, it's just painful, man. The world that we're in, it's just constant pain, and that's, I mean, I deal with it, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it, be like, oh, life is always beautiful. I mean, it is beautiful. It does have its beautiful moments, but reality is reality, man. We always want our escapes, and I have a hard time escaping reality through other people in conversation. However, YouTube which is this is another strange point. Is the internet is like a separate reality from this one, and a lot of us I think prefer that reality because it's more abstract. It is the abstract. It's all imagination on the internet. Comments, videos, social media posts. It's not the real world. It's just like it stimulates the mind. I mean, the brain chemistry that it manipulates to get us addicted is directly related to that, I suppose. But the point I'm trying to make, I guess, is the real world is not always interesting. I mean, just look behind me. It's just one big fucking giant shopping mall, as I always say. I wish it'd go away. This feeling of Weltschmerz. And I know I'm just bitching. This video really isn't going anywhere. But are you a dreamer? INFPs? INFJs? INTPs? Maybe you think MBTI is bullshit. Fine, leave that comment. Go ahead. I still love you. Otherwise, this has been Tantrus Humble. Scrutly, whatever. Bye.